Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. And in order to make this evening a bit more entertaining, well, I'd say that every single time, but this time it is going to be a bit more special as we are going to be bringing you to Range Duels, where streamers and content creators compete and flaunt their gaming skills. Range Duel is brought to you by Range, where you can compete, flaunt, and grow as a gamer and a streamer and as a content creator. Range will be launching pretty soon, so keep an eye on Range's social. Subscribe to this YouTube channel for upcoming event, stream, and like and follow Range on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as you can already see, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a matchup between Purple Mafia and Team Bortles Gaming. You have kept up with the stream, so I believe you guys know what this tournament is all about. This is where we see the content creators and entertainers from the community to come together and compete against each other to have fun and obviously some competition. And as you can already see, the matchup is going to be between Purple Mafia and Team Borolox. And you can also see the sightseeing of Icebox, which is an indication that the match itself will be hosted on the map of Icebox, a very cold map indeed. And I must admit, the players that we're having available tonight, they're really going to be hitting up the map. I'm really kind of concerned if the ices of Icebox are going to be melted with that heat. And we're not going to be waiting too long, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be heading into the map of Icebox for the action. And as I already mentioned, Purple Mafia and Bortles Gaming will be in action. Do note, ladies and gentlemen, both of these teams have lost one game each. So the team who loses tonight is going to be on somewhat of a pickle, but I don't think that is going to be the elephant for the room, considering this is a matchup for fun. Because I said it multiple times, and I'm going to say it again. We are having pro players, content creators, and celebs from our community. And this tournament is definitely powered up by Valorant Bangladesh community. So obviously we have guests here. And speaking of guests, we do see the players going for their agent selections. Well, very straightforward agent selections, I must admit, because this is Icebox after all. Usually you might want to keep a lot of sentinels because of the potential flanks. And obviously you need to go for that Sage to make sure that you are going for a guaranteed plant when you're attacking or a guaranteed denial when you are defending. So having the Sages from both sides really does not confuse me that much. Even though from the side of the defenders, which is actually Team Borderlocks, they are not looking on a Sage yet. So that should be interesting. We do see the Viper popping out, so that is okay there. But I don't see any Vipers pick up from the side of Purple Mafia, though. I believe they will not be going for that instead. Well, can be strategies because I did mention they are content creators and some at most casual gamers. Well, there is definitely pro players and so on, but these players are here to show that yeah, they are also capable of making some plays happen, and we are obviously gonna see some plays coming out of the hats. And I think we're gonna see just that, ladies and gentlemen. We are not gonna see a Viper from the side of the attacking team, which is Purple Mafia. Let's see if they can plunder this time around. And from the side of the defending team or Team Borlocks, we're not going to be seeing any Sage here? Well, question mark. I think we are not quite... Okay, I think that agent solution is locked out. I thought it was not locked in. So we're going to be hitting the pistol round, ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, I'm going to be the only solo blabbering guy here because yeah, we are not having anybody else to join me. But no worries, though. I think my throat is gonna be broken in the best way possible. So the pistol round is gonna be coming in. We are gonna be having my boy Fexer here. Well, in case you don't know, I'm just gonna be introducing to the participants here. So we have Borlox from Borlox Gaming. We have Noob Paradise, Noob Baba. We have Avat Fordial, the founder of D3 or Dera eSports. We have Banglawash YT, who is actually a content creator for Saber eSports. Corrupted, a streamer from Dera eSports. We have LRX Pink Gangsta. I think she is a streamer. Yeah, she is a streamer for LRX. And then we have Faxer, who is actually my colleague. Well, I must admit, because he does shoutcast just like me. And Aku is a pro player from Instant Esports. You can already see that on his tags. And now we'll be seeing a very aggressive push coming in from the side of the attackers. But I guess the defenders are going to be the one who will take the fight here, as Aku will be starting things off and followed up by Faxer. There is going to be shock darts being deployed. There is going to be walls being deployed as well. And this is a very fast execution coming from the side of the attackers. Frags will be popping out from both sides. But Noob Baba, I don't think if he is a noob person, because he is connecting the shots. He's going for the ace. And what was that retake, ladies and gentlemen? A very fast ace from the side of Noob Baba. This guy is definitely not noob at all. He is a professional and he will start the round off in a very kickstarting manner. First round with an ace, I must admit. We are really looking forward that how the players are gonna be reacting to that, because we did just see the players from the side of defenders are really cheerful and they're really applauding the the fragging capabilities of Noob Baba. Well, I did mention his name is just Noob Baba, but he's definitely not a noob. And picking up that ace, he's gonna have a lot of confidence. Good start from the side of the attackers though, but the attackers didn't win that round, so they will be going for a half buy. I mean, that is a fourth buy actually. I think they do not want to let their opponents have the lead they have already. So, well, commendable if you can take the stakes. And there is the guiding light coming up from the Sky. And Sky is kind of unusual in this map, but definitely she can create the, expansions of the map, because you can play aggressively if you want, and I think that is this in the elephant in the room from the side of Borlox. But that aggression didn't quite work out because of the weaponry advantage from the attacker side, because they did go for a full force buy here. But Aku is gonna be right there to slap his kills back, and he will be taken out by Avat. It is a 3v2 situation, still doable for the defenders, but considering they do not have good guns, I mean, Noob Paradise did not go for a gun despite of winning that round. I'm kind of confused that what is happening here, because usually if you are winning a round on the first pistol round, you wanna go for the SMGs to get the anti-ecos. But yeah, this is not an eco. That is definitely there, but I see the defenders, despite of winning one round, they're going for the saves. But yada yada yada, we're gonna be heading into the third round of the game. It is gonna be a 1-1 scoreline in favor of none, but that is definitely gonna be putting the defenders on an advantage, because they will be going for the rifle this time around, because they did not buy anything on the second round. So I think that was planned all along. I think they understood exactly how the attackers are gonna be playing it. That's why they are kinda predicting their strategies, because yeah, I for one instant, I thought that it was a mistake that they didn't go for the buy, but I guess it was all Pelano. Well, you never know. This is what the spices are, because in content creator match, these things can go slightly unpredictably. Because yeah, I'm not gonna say we're seeing new faces here, but definitely we do see them on their streams as well. And yes, shout out to the streamers as well. Do support our streamers, because if you can support them, definitely they will grow, and eventually we will be moving in to make a better community in the future. And we're gonna be having the fights coming in already. We'll be seeing the spike itself going down. Noob Baba will be on the spike himself, but he will be tagged out by the shock dart, and he is going for the repel. And I think he just went under the radar. He's looking for another ace. I think he's gonna open things up with one kill on his own twin sister, and he's going for the second, but unfortunately he will not connect the shot. Pink Gangsta is here to make the plunders happen. It's all up to the Sova, but unfortunately he will not find the success either because of the low HP. And eventually Parsha is gonna be able to secure that kill. 2-1's the scoreline. Yeah, it was a buy round from the defender side, but still the defense was not up to the mark, unfortunately. And the aggression from Purple Mafia, I really love that, because yeah, they are really looking forward for those plunders. I didn't mention yesterday with my friend, not yesterday but recently, when we saw Purple Mafia in action. Yeah, they are definitely looking for those plunders, because they are the Mafia, and that's how Mafia works. And I believe Team Borlox, well, in Bengali, Borlox means rich person. So I think the Mafia attacking the rich person or rich people, it's kind of okay. It's kind of like the Robin Hood references, because you plunder the rich, you share it to the poor, but it's still a Mafia term, because Mafia people may not be that helpful, but it doesn't matter. We'll be seeing the Mafia people just being the aggressive Mafia they are. Aku is gonna be able to pick up 3 kills, 4 kills for him, and he's looking for the ace. That can be the counter ace he was looking for from the side of the Reina of that side. And yeah, there you go. Aku is gonna get his own ace. Oh my god, so many aces were coming in. And Purple Mafia is gonna be plundering that round. They will seize everything they had from the rich people. Well, definitely nothing is going to the poor people, unfortunately, but still they are going to be able to go for some guns, but which will also allow the players of Team Borlox going for their own guns as well, because they did eco on that round. So Aku, a very good round, but it was an eco, so Borlox Gaming can definitely handle that. We're gonna be hitting the 5th round of the game, and now this is gonna be more or less the very first full buy round from both sides. We do see Parsha going for a SMG question mark, because they have good economy. They have 5,000 credits in his pocket, but in spite of that, I guess that is the plan they had. And Aku is gonna be taken out by the person who aced first. and that is going to be denying any more aces from the side of Aku. But there is going to be advantages, or let's say opportunities, for Noob Baba to go for his own ace. But now that, oh, I think he is actually looking down to that, because he is going for those kills, but he will be shut down by Ping Gangsta, and there is the resurrection coming out. Aku will be back in action, and now he can go for this, but there is no possibilities that he can go for this, but he can definitely go for those 3k if possible. And Aku is going to be deploying his Blade Storm, searching out players, and the players of the defensive side will be going for rotation onto A side. And now the objective is pretty much under the defender control, but they do not have the manpower advantage to cut off the rotations or the crossfires. That is going to be a challenge, and there is going to be the leader tossed out, and there's a lineup coming in, but King Gangsta is going to be able to secure the kill. My god, the gangsters are being very, very aggressive, and the Mafia is just going to be going for the plunder of the shop, and I think they will do just that. They're not going to be taking any survivors. There is the orbital wall, but it does not matter. Aku is going to be going for some friendship dances and one for the scoreline. Purple Mafia is plundering everything they have from the side of Team Borlocks, and I believe Team Borlocks is kind of missing out my boy Aggressive here, because he's not playing tonight. And if he did, I must admit, it would have been a bit more spicy, because I have my colleague Fexer here, and I would love to see my buddy Aggressive or Rehab there. But yeah, I guess this is how it is. Unfortunately, I could have said this is actually a fight between the Shoutcasters, but nope, they're just gonna say no on my face. Aku is gonna be able to spot out Paradise there though, but unfortunately that movement was, well, gravity being gravity. He didn't take any damage though. Well, it's kind of awkward that he wouldn't, I mean, he wouldn't even take any damage, because that is not a very high position. But okay, that is something I didn't know before, because I thought the objective had a very shabby, radius, but I guess turns out it was not the case. And now we will be seeing the spike itself going down and putting it in a retake situation of 5v5, but there is a retake coming in from the side of Warlock's aiming, but frags are coming in from both sides. That Tigers are on the back foot, but they will have to hold the manpower. But there is Fexer who will be able to hold. Well, he was actually covered up by the Astra as well, but unfortunately that is not going to be a successful one. Fexer is going to be on an ace situation. He is going to be having 4k, and he also has the Undisputed to work with. If he can play passive, this can be doable. New Paradise, unfortunately, will have to play smart, and there is the Weep coming out, and there's the Undisputed popping out, and Fexer, he will go for the first, but he's going to be waiting for the second, and he's also going to be going for that as well. But eventually the time itself is going to be clutching out, and he will have to go for the last one, but I think he did miss it, and the ace is not going to happen, but still he is going to be able to clutch that round for his team. Nice attempt though from New Paradise, but I would love to see that ace from Fexer, but unfortunately that's not going to be happening. But it was a clutch indeed. He did play it passive, and he was able to burn enough time to force New Paradise to go down with the spike. And that is definitely gonna be a problem, because he's not gonna be able to save the gun he had on the previous round, which is gonna put the defenders on an eco here. We do see only one SMG popping out in the hands of Avat for real. And I guess this is gonna be a force buy, because I do see a couple of SMGs in their hands. And presumably they will be going for some more aggression, because recommended, if you are going for an eco, you can go for aggression. I think aggression was the elephant of the room, but it did not work as it was planned. And unfortunately, that leer is gonna be so accurate that Bangladesh is just gonna be washed away, unfortunately. Ping Gangster is gonna be able to secure a kill on Paradise, but she's not gonna survive, as Borlocks will take him off. But there is another cut off from the side of Corrupt. It's all up to Avad. He does have a good gun. I mean, not the best gun in the game. I mean, if I start saying which gun is the best in the game, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be having a lot of Odins in the chat. Well, definitely we're also going to be having a lot of Phantom and Vandal debates, but I'm not going to be debating that. But in the end, the Vandal is definitely superior than the Spectre, and Corrupted is going to use that gun precisely, and he will secure yet another round in their favor. Things didn't start good for the side of Team Purple Mafia, because they did lose one pistol round. They did win pistol, I think, yeah. Purple Mafia did lose a pistol round, but still, they were able to pick themselves up so quickly, and they are really not giving too much of an advantage when it comes to, putting the upper hand of their opponent team. They're just taking rounds one by one, and it seems like Team Borlocks, they're really having a hard time for the Mafias. They need to make sure they are, taking some advantages with the political, not let's say political parties, but they need to reinforce their bank vaults, or maybe reconstruct the wall, or maybe reinforce it. You never know. But definitely, if they are gonna be moving in like this, they are not gonna be as Borlocks as they are moving up. So 6-1 is the scoreline. We're going to be seeing a pause coming in from the side of, I believe that is from Team Borlux. Yeah, this is from Team Borlux. That is a technical timeout as one of the players got disconnected. But in the end, I believe this is actually gonna be a moment they can pick themselves up. They can rethink their strategy, how they want to defend their, banks basically. Because if they're not defending their banks, the Mafia will be stealing everything they have, and they may use it for not so good reason. Well, I'm just being, you know, practical or maybe sarcastic here, but definitely that's how Mafia works, and that's how Mafia will be working. And I believe this is gonna take long. So as long as the players of Borlos, or let's say as long as they can reinforce their vault walls, we're gonna be taking a break. Let's see how the players of Team Mafia also play. We're gonna be right back shortly. So, gentlemen, we are back in action. Well, I actually forgot to say, ladies and gentlemen. So, excuse me right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be back in action. And now we're going to be having the players of the attacker side going for an A execution. I believe the time the defenders had, they're going to be able to utilize it perfectly. And I think they just did. Borderlocks with an operator. Well, usually you don't see a Sky going for an operator. Rather than it is a Jet player. But still, Borderlocks Gaming will be able to use that gun, and that is a very expensive gun, and I think he's gonna be able to utilize that successfully as well. And there's a text coming in from Bangladesh, and he's trying to track out Arena, and he will secure the kill onto Corrupted. And that is a good start from the side of Borderlocks Gaming. I think they have reinforced their vaults as well, so they can secure the money they have, but they will have to be very, very cautious as well. Noob Baba is gonna be right behind Fexer. Fexer, I don't think he knows about that, but doesn't matter. He is gonna be moving in along with Purple Mafia, but the Pink Gangster. But now it's all up to my boy here. I mean, Fexer. Fexer can definitely go for a clutch, but it's a 1v5, and it seems like everybody knows exactly he might be. And he is trying, I think he was trying to play it passive, but eventually he will fall in the hands of Avat, and that is gonna be a flawless round in the books of Team Borderlocks, making them a bit more Borderlock they already are, but definitely the economy of Mafia, because they have plundered Team Borderlocks for such a long time. I really wonder if that is going to be making a difference. 6 is the scoreline, and we're seeing some elements of life from Team Borderlocks, and I think they might be able to turn the tables around, but definitely that is going to be a challenge considering Aku is going to be on their operator, and Aku is a good operator, and he's just going to make sure that he lives up to his own expectations along with ours, and now Borderlocks will be holding on to this B long. Unfortunately, no human being is going to be there, and every single player of Purple Mafia is moving to A side. There is gonna be the tags coming on. There is a secret is being deployed by the Sky, which will provide the information the defenders need to potentially flush out the players. And Aku will open things up by eliminating that Sova. And he's looking for more. There is the Seekers coming out, but he's just gonna let them pass, and they will be destroyed eventually. We will be seeing the Viper Speed being deployed as well. This is D3 versus D3 now, because we did mention that this is a content creator match, so sometimes you might see your opponent on your opposing team, and we do see Corrupted and Avat for real against each other, even though they are literally org mates. And now the players of the attacker side will be taking a rotation. They will go for a B execution here. And I don't see any possible barriers here because there is the wall, there is the smokes they can use, and possibly they can put the spike line, which will be available as well. And now it is a post-line situation. The defenders will have to be the attackers now because the clock is not favoring them anymore. 45 seconds, that's all they're going to be getting. And there is the Cosmic Divide coming down, which will make sure that no information is going to be coming or going out. There is the layers, I mean not the layers, but the guiding light, which will be popping out. There is the Trailblazer as well, but unfortunately that is not going to be applicable either. We will be seeing Corrupted going hyper aggressive, and he will take his own teammate Avat for deal down, and the defenders are going to be on their back foot. Aku unfortunately will be missing that shot, but Ping Gangsta is not going to be missing her shots. It's all up to her. Now Warlocks will have to save that gun because he is the only wielder of their operator, and if he loses that gun, his team name Warlocks is not going to be surviving for very long, and he is making a run for it, a run for his money, a run for his life. And I think he will just make it because the attackers, they are chasing him down, but still, it's not going to be a very effective one. He will be spotted out, but the time itself will make sure that Borderlocks survives. 2-7 the score, and Borderlocks lives to fight another day. But their economy, well, their economy is also not that bad, and Aku is going to be asking, why are you running? Which will be denying the flawless run from Purple Mafia. But still, they were able to win that round. So 7-2 the scoreline. I must admit that Team Borderlocks will have to make sure that they are winning 3 more rounds at least. Otherwise, this match itself can push to a point of no return. Aku, well, I did expect that to happen, and that just happened. Aku is gonna be able to secure a kill onto Abadan as the Viper is off the board. Going for the objective defense is really gonna be hard, and we're gonna be seeing both of the hoppers missing, and that is also gonna be a potato fest from both sides. And I'm pretty sure both of them are really wondering if that didn't come on stream, but unfortunately, that came on the stream, and that was not, yeah, that was kind of funny, but still, we'll be seeing Bangladesh getting rid of Corrupted. So good progress made from the defenders as well, but they will have to be a bit more vigilant. Purple Mafia knows exactly where Noob Paradise is, but looks like Noob Paradise is targeting Faxer here. Noob Baba is gonna be on a rampage of his own. He is gonna be having 3Ks, and Faxer is pretty much stuck inside of the vent area, and he will get rid of one, but he will have to make sure. Oh my god, what? I have a lot of questions, ladies and gentlemen. But Faxer, he was the one who had himself in the pickle, but despite of being inside of the hut, he will get the 1v4 just out of the hats. And I really wish we could see that clutch happen. And Faxer is gonna claim that he is Hiko. Well, I'm not gonna be doubting him, my boy. He did clutch it out for his team, despite of every single odds being against him. But Noob Paradise, unfortunately, he just didn't have the information on Sova. Well, somewhat of information, but the wall bangs were not very accurate. It just happened, and I must admit, we always see one unfortunate jet player who does bottom frag, but I'm not gonna be, mentioning it here. Nice try by Paradise though, but unfortunately that's not happening here. Pink Gangsta, however, is being the absolute gangsta. She's gonna find one more kill. She is being Battle Sage. And she is going to be moving, and there is the Leer from his opponent's side, but there's the counter Leer as well, and that will be allowing the defenders to move in for the objective, and I think they will do just that, and the spike itself will be going down. And Borlocks is in a very long distance. There is no possible answer he can find with that operator in that distance, but Avad, he's going to be able to secure a couple of kills of his own. He's going to be able to find a 3K along with a Phantom, but he is only 5 HP to work with. Aku is going to secure 1 kill on Noob Baba, so that is one of the elephants of the room being taken out. Faxer, he is still alive, and Aku's still alive. That is definitely gonna be a problem for the defender, but Diffusal is coming down, and Faxer, the hyper-aggressive boy, is gonna come out of the blue, and he will make sure that he is gonna be securing the 3K, and my boy is on fire, and I think he's just making sure that I do not miss him, I'm just going for solo casts here. Excuse me right there. And 9-2 the scoreline, and Faxer, he's just being unstoppable, being Sova. I think he is being Hika tonight. Well, 13 kills and 4 deaths. Marvelous performance after all. We're going to be heading into the last one before the swap, but things are really not looking very good for the defenders. They are going to be going for mixed buys here with a couple of SMGs, one shotgun. The judge, actually. But they might be able to make it happen. And I think they will make sure that they are using those weapons in their advantage. They will find the first blood, but there is the resurrection coming in, and it's a trade-off as well. There is a Hunter's Fury as well. The utility usage from Purple Mafia is so accurate. They are just getting kills one after one, and looks like Avatorial, this is gonna go under the radar, but unfortunately he will not get too much of a damage part. So I will be shutting him down with that Odin, and the spike itself will be delivered to the objective. Bangladesh is going for the flank, but I think Astra is predicting that and expecting that. And if she is, there's a very bad timing to go for a meditation, my boy. You can go for yoga because yoga is good for your health, but definitely it has its own timing as well, and eventually untiming yoga is gonna be, I mean, that is just a joke, but still untimed yoga can be fatal at times, and now it is a 2v2 situation, and we'll be seeing Ping Gangsta scoring a kill on New Paradise. Unfortunately, New Paradise didn't have too much to do because it was a 1v2 and he was actually targeted by multiple people, and he just had to take the bite, and we'll be heading into a 10-2 score line in favor of Purple Mafia, and the Mafia is really plundering the rich people, and I really expect these plunderings are gonna be in favor of the poor people. But for now, 10-2 being the scoreline, I'm pretty sure this match itself has, you know, met to a point of no return because the comeback is possible. I'm not gonna be saying it's impossible, but it is still a plausible decision for me to make because 8 rounds are no child's play. It's easy to say, but actions speak louder than words, ladies and gentlemen. And if we see Team Purple Mafia pushing a bit more rounds, all the hopes of Warlocks Gaming will be lost. But still, this is a fun game, so we're not going to be taking anything seriously. And now we'll be hitting the second place round. We're already seeing a sheriff in the hands of Aku, and that much difference he is feeling at the moment because he is top fragging, he is getting the kills, and definitely if you have that gun in your hand in the pistol round, definitely that is an indication that you are feeling that confident. But unfortunately, oh my god, the cover is so accurate, but I'm pretty sure that was from the guiding light from Warlocks, and that is gonna be backfiring so hard. And now the defenders are gonna be somewhat of a backfoot. That is basically Purple Mafia. Even though the start itself was not very good for the attackers, but I think they will be able to make it happen. But the defenders are also going to be there. Now they have that HP advantage. It's all up to the Jet New Paradise. He had a very bad match so far, and he is low on HP, and unfortunately he is also going to fall. And there's a lot of time to go for the defuse. So 10-2 the scoreline will be made into an 11-2. My, oh my. Things are not looking good for the side of Warlocks Gaming because now they will have to eco, but going for that eco round, it's definitely gonna be fail for them. And I think they heard me loud and clear. That's why they are going for those half shields here. I mean, they're going for the force buy here. So 11-2 the scoreline. We are seeing Team Purple Mafia going for those default buys because basically they are going for the anti-eco, but I'm pretty sure they're really not expecting that force buy. Well, they shouldn't be expecting it because when you are on a scoreline of 11-2, it's really understandable that you are going for those buys. And I think Aku knew exactly what's going to happen. That's why he's going to be going for those long-range challenges, and he will secure a kill as well. And not to mention, that was the spike carrier. So the defenders themselves has absolute information on the spike. That is going to be a problem. Faxter is also going to be holding on to that spike as well. And Aku is going to... I think he didn't spawn because of the guiding lag. And that was a very good strategy to pick up the spike. But there is part... Oh my god! Ping Gangsta is just going to hold... She's just going to hold mouse 2 or left mouse. And she's going to secure 3k with the spray. But she will fall, but it doesn't matter. The refrag will come in. And it is match point for Purple Mafia. The Mafia is on the money. They are here to deal everything they have. And that's how Mafia works. The Mafia works. Those two being the scoreline, I wonder if Team Warlocks can pull anything out of the hats because they did go for a force buy and now they do not have the good economy to go for a full buy here. They will have to go for another force buy, and this is really understandable because if they lose this round, there is no point of saving up the money they have. Well, they have been plundered by the Mafia, and looks like that is the aftermath of what happens when you are attacked by Mafia. And I really hope that you guys are not attacked by the Mafia here. And now, Purple Mafia, I think they're trying to plunder the remainders of Team Warlocks. And as I mentioned, I really hope this goes in the favor of the poor. But that's really doubted because we do see kills coming down from Purple Mafia, and they're just going for that. Bangladesh is the only player who found a kill, but I wonder if he's going to be surviving. Warlocks is going to be holding the crossfire, but still he will fall. And Warlocks, well, he's going to be going for the guiding light, and he will secure the kill. And now looks like things are looking bright for Bordeaux Gaming. It's also Pink Gangster, but Pink Gangster is on the flank. That is something Purple Bordeaux Gaming is pretty much oblivious about, and Purple Mafia can make sure that this round goes in their favor. The spike itself has gone down, but there's a leer. Nice timing from the side of Bordeaux Gaming, but now Purple Mafia is low on HP. I mean, Pink Gangster is low on HP, and she will fall. But nice attempt though. This will keep Bordeaux Gaming alive for a bit more, but it is still match point for Purple Mafia. It's really gonna be difficult for Team Bordeaux to pull anything out of the hat. So we're gonna be seeing the players going for a very fast aggression. Well, I'm talking about Bordeaux Gaming. They're going for a full-on A commitment. There is the recon bolt will be coming in. Fixer will be tagged out, which is an indication this is an A execution. Thus, some of the defenders are gonna be going for the flanks, and some of them is gonna be going for the objective defense. And I think this is the strategy. But unfortunately, Abad is gonna be able to start things off by eliminating his own teammate. And there is the concussion coming in from the Astra. No Paradise will secure the kill in the parts as well. Things are looking very bright for Bordeaux Gaming, but they will have to secure the kill as well. It is still a 3v2, and we know some of the players of Purple Mafia are just that strong that they can just go for fast execution. Bangladesh will get rid of Fexer, and now the spike itself has gone down. 2v5 situation, very difficult for the defenders, but I think the defenders can also risk it. They can also go for the guns here because they have a very, very expensive gun, which is an operator, but I guess this is gonna be an execution after. But I think Aku, it is a 1v4 for him. He can make a play happen, but saving that operator is gonna be slightly better, because definitely when you are buying an operator, if you die with an operator, that gun is gonna be a problem. Because if you lose it, yeah, that's an elephant of the room. But if you lose it to your enemies, that can be worse. And we know at times some of the pro players just puts the gun in a situation where the players cannot recover it. Sometimes they just toss it out of the map. Well, that's also a strategy, but this time around, Aku, oh, that is indeed sad, ladies and gentlemen. Aku did try to go for the save, but unfortunately, he's not able to save that, and he tried to go for a kill as well. He was slightly greedy, but I think that is commendable because he had clear line of sight, but unfortunately, 42 aim is inevitable. He did miss that, but it's fine. 12-4 is the score line. But let's look on the bright side of life. Aku did not lose that gun to his opponent. So match point even now for Purple Mafia, but I believe Purple Mafia will have to close things up, but they are going for an eco here because of the plunders. Well, actually the Tex company just hit them and they just didn't have too much money, and eventually they are going to be on eco here. And I'm pretty sure they might fraud Tex as well. There is Pink's Gangster. I think her head is spotted out. Aku is also gonna spot out Abad, but he doesn't quite connect the shots, unfortunately. 42M is inevitable, as I mentioned, and he will fall. Good start from the attackers, but they will be going for rotation, which will be kind of convincing as well, because the Sova himself is deploying the drone there, so he's just making sure that the push is convincing enough, and they are going for a B execution with absolutely no contestations. So good effort and good strategy from their side. There's the guiding law, which will also blind the Reina, I believe. But the planet itself has... Well, no, that's actually their own teammate. I forgot that for a second. So good attempt. Corrupted will find a player in point blank range, but unfortunately, he will not quite connect the kill. But Faxer will make sure that Sova is not surviving. No Paradise will get rid of King Gangster. It's all up to Faxer now. Faxer is in a 1v4 and he has recovered a good gun. He can try to save this gun, but definitely this is an eco, and if he is not dying, he's not gonna find the dead bonuses, but he can also try to get a couple of kills, which is also gonna be commendable. Money is gonna be the elephant of the room, and they are Mafia. They will find to earn money one way or another. And I think Faxer has exactly that in mind, and he will secure one, but not the second. Noob Baba will recover the kill, and that is also going to be denying that save, but I believe that save was not the elephant of the room. That was not even intended. 5 shots the scoreline, and the comeback is coming, but still a very tall task for Team Bordeaux, because they have only 5 rounds in their favor, and they will have to win more than double the round they already have. This is definitely not that easy when you think about it.
Need a drop. Thanks.
And Aku, he's also going to be taking an operator by a drop. He's going to be using two guns at the same time. And unfortunately, Avat was too fast for him to connect the shot. And there is the confirmation that there is an operator on the defensive side. And I believe the attackers might be able to play it with that information they have. There is the Viper wall, which will disrupt some of the angle or obscure some of the angle, but definitely not much of a problem because the defenders themselves are inside the objective already. Astra stars are going to be there to possibly block up the angles, but still the kills are coming in favor of Borlox Gaming, and looks like they are going to be making sure that they keep up to it, and it's a 2v5, 4v2 situation. Things are not looking good for Purple Mafia. Suddenly, Aku will secure one kill and he will just hide behind the Viper split, but the spike itself is also going down. And there is the resurrection from Ping Gangsta, which will make it a 3v3. Now this round is winnable. Aku, he's gonna hear one player right next to him, but unfortunately, that is inside of the Viper split. And he, oh no, that operator is a good gun, but still, at times that can be very challenging because in close quarters you will really struggle. And now Fexer is gonna secure 2 kills with the 103, and now it's also Noob Baba. There is the recon bolt. Fexer is gonna be moving in for the possible clutch, and Noob Baba knows exactly what's gonna be Fexer doing. And Fexer is also having the information on Reina, but seems like it will be going back and forth. And Fexer was low on HP as Noob Baba connected a couple of shots, and we will be seeing a couple of more rounds coming in from the side of Borlox Gaming. And suddenly the tables have turned. 6-12 is the scoreline, 6 more rounds to go. They're already halfway for the possible comeback and to push it to overtime. Purple Mafia, well, they had everything in their favor on the first half, and they still has it in their favor. But if they are whiffing it too much, Team Borlox will take what is theirs, and Team Purple Mafia will just be disbanded, and they will be taken to the jail by the cops. And Aku is gonna be able to start things off with the Blaze Storm. I didn't see that. I was actually a bit distracted. And looks like Aku is on a rampage of his own. He's being the Korean Jet. He's gonna be on a 4K, and he looks like he's looking for the ace with that Blade Storm, and he might be security. Oh no, he's right behind them. About unfortunate timing, but now he's looking for a clutch. But unfortunately, the clutch is not gonna be coming down. There is gonna be an eco run being won by Purple Mafia, as the Mafia still stands tall, as Borlox Gaming is unfortunately not going to be as Borlox as they were. That's just a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Icebox will be won by Purple Mafia. Borlox Gaming, nice attempt though. They almost came back, but in the end, it just clustered and it just fell on the eco run. And the hyper aggression from Aku, I must give it to him. He played it marvelously, and he was almost in on an ace, but Avat was just being a boogeyman inside of the Cloudburst, and he just ignored that. 6-13, 13-6 is the scoreline. And congratulations to Purple Mafia as they stand tall and the Mafia lives on. That's how the Mafia works. And we'll be seeing them on the Perfects as well. Well, Borlox Gaming, I'm not only counting them out of the competition yet. I believe they have a couple of rounds as well to fight against their opponents. But we'll have to wait and watch. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that is the only match of the day, presumably. So okay, actually, I just got the information. There is one more match around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. So do stay tuned. That is match number 1 of the board. We're not done yet. We'll be right back after a short break.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Range Duels once again. And this time around, we've got Offline Raiders going up against the Fixers in the map of Bind. Now, this in the map of Split. Sorry, that was my bad. Now, talking about this map, these two teams, they're full of star players in the form of, we got LRX Red, we've got Nafi from the Fixers, Captain Rage as well. From Offline Raiders, we've got Z Offline, the man who likes to lead off of the front. We did see in the last matchup, he went very aggressive with those race plays as well. So being one of those race players in the map of Split, it's really gonna favor him. What do you think about this, Christo?
Speaking of offline raiders, we do have a couple of experienced players. Yeah, you did mention that, so definitely they are gonna be having an upper hand. But I'm not gonna be choosing sides, ladies and gentlemen, because this matchup itself is for content creators. It is for fun. So I'm really gonna be expecting a lot more balanced gameplay from both sides because yes, we have talented players, we have content creators, we have celebs as well, community celebs, if I might. So I'm really gonna be looking down and we're gonna be hyped for the matchup. And speaking of the hypes, we're gonna be not waiting any longer. We're gonna be heading into the map of Split. And as we see the players of Offline Raiders and their opposing team getting ready for the fight. And by the way, Fex, I have one question to you. That is, you played for Purple Mafia in the previous matchup. So how did you feel to be the Mafia?
Well, yeah, it was a fun match, against Moner Winner. They played really well as well. But sometimes you just got to take matters into your own hands. So that's what we did. And got the win in the end. And we still have one more match to go for our qualifying match. So that's the main objective for now. But it was a good match in the end. So
Yeah,
GG's
you
to
you almost
Moner
made a
Winner.
ace actually. That's what I'm actually trying to, get out of you that
Yeah,
how
sometimes, yeah, as I said, sometimes you gotta take things into your own hands. You gotta get those clutches in. uh, there's someone that needs to step up from every team, and I guess I kind of did tonight. But you know, it's we just won it, and we're happy. But now we're focused on to the next match against probably Team
exactly.
Aceron, or oh, never mind, it's probably against Team Kayum. But moving
Select
on
your
to this
agent.
one, Fixers versus we got Fixers versus Offline Raiders. The agent selections are done. As we can see from the side of Fixers, we'll be going for this Astra serial killer. Nafis, more commonly known as. He is going for the Jet, Captain Rage on the sky. That's interesting. I thought we would see Captain Rage on the Rage. He does like to play that race character. And Razorblade on the Sentinel, which is going to be Killjoy. On the other side, Offline Raiders, we've got Illusia on the Brimstone. Ran down the rain. I thought for surely he would go for the jet once again. He was really good with the jet in the last map, even though they did lose that. But still, I found him really good with those entries and those dashes in as well. But nonetheless, he's gonna pick Reina. Alongside him, he's gonna be Retro with the Cipher, the offline on the Raze, and the Oxide on the Sage as usual.
Well, the lineups are there, and in content creator matches, we do see a mix of agent selections, and this time around, we are not gonna be having any exception because from the attacking side, we are not gonna be having any initiators. Well, it's not like if you do not have an initiator, it is the end of the world. You can still commit an objective, but the aggressive manner might be a bit more, absent from the side of the attackers. Considering they are on attack, I think they will be heavily relying on their information of peaks and smokes because usually if you are going for a matchup on split without I'm not gonna be mentioning breach here because yeah, breach is extremely overpowered on this map, but if you're not having an initiator, at times things can go very messy, and I think that attackers are really gonna be able to take that risk because they are gonna be having a lot of information. Instead, they will be having that cipher to watch out for those possible flanks. Well, on the side of the attacker defenders, though, we will be also having Razor Blake on that Killjoy. So that is pretty straightforward, but I'm really wondering that do you really need to duelist, even though Z offline being on the boombot or let's say Raze, well, the boombot can work as somewhat of information at times, but I really wouldn't count the Raze on an initiator. Well, or let's say as a replacement of an initiator. But strategies are strategies, and these are the matchups and the spices of content creator matches, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be heading into the first pistol round. We'll be having the Brimstone on the side of the attacking side and the Astra. So smokes are going to be available from both sides, but I believe the defenders are going to be playing it slightly passive because, well, they possibly can go all out aggressive as well because there is the Sky who can be a good replacement of a Breach, but they will also need a very aggressive Jet to keep up with that, and I don't think that is going to be the applicable one. Uzi, however, is going to be going for a very early flank, but the attackers are going hyper aggressive as they will just secure kills one by one. Red, Mr. Red, and okay, Mr. Red is also Mr. Red Bro is also down here, but it is going to be a 3v3 situation. The retake is also fair from the side of the defenders. It is a 3v3, and now the defenders will have to hold on to the angle. Uzi will be able to deploy a couple of her stars to possibly deploy the orbital bomb, and she will do just that. But all the attackers are pretty much stuck in a barrel of the area of elbow, and I don't think they're going to be struggling much for that because Red is just going to be going for the tapping adventures, and he will be able to find 3Ks, and Offine will clean up the last player. Well, definitely it was a very messy round, sir. But still, one was the scoreline, and sorry, I almost said LRX because there's two players of LRX from the side of the attacker side, or I mean, Offline Raiders. So good start from Offline Raiders, but I'm pretty sure that the Fixers are really not going to be that much forgiving when it comes to taking their own rounds. They're going for an eco though, but on their buy rounds, things are going to be very messy.
Yeah, that was a nice fast push coming in from them in the start of the round. The Killjoy Molly did slow them down, but in the end, Red just going and getting to it. At one point, I did feel like Captain Rage did in the back if he had continued his momentum, but just didn't work out for him in the end. This time around, it's gonna be another fast push onto the B side this time. As Illusia with his teammate is gonna get behind and see Offline going super aggressive straight down to Captain Rage, but he's gonna get faded immediately by Uzi as well. Red with one for himself, 1v3 situation, and Mandola on the flank is gonna get taken down immediately as Red will spot him out. Red looking hungry, getting the frag onto Razor Blade and finishing things up for Offline Raiders, and the second round comes out for them.
Well, a very fast execution coming down from the attackers, and Mr. Red, I'm actually going to be having a hard day. Red and Red Bro, two players with pretty much the same IGN with two LRX tags. Well, this is going to be a nightmare for me, but still, I think I'm going to be able to hold up. And Red, well, he did go for the, Phantom on the second round. So I think he was feeling confident, and definitely he can because he's a very gifted player, and he will make sure that that buy is going to be in their favor. And he just used that, and now they are not going to be having that much of a problem. They are going for their bonus round here. But as the defenders are going for their full buy, things might get messy. And now we do see that, oh my god, nice orbital well by Uzi, as she will pretty much deny a lot of time from the attackers. But this might not be enough because there's a lot of time for the attackers to go for a possible commitment. And I think Uzi will make sure that she is delaying time. She will get rid of Illusia, the boomer actually, but she will be traded off by Red Bro. And Red Bro is going to be on her rampage, and he will find 2 kills. Almost, he is going to be taken out by Serial Killer though. And eventually, the guns are gonna win the gunfight here, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Rage is gonna be on 2K, followed up by the Jet, and that's how we're gonna be able to secure this third round in their favor. And possibly we're looking down on a very, very balanced matchup here. Yeah, we must admit, from Offline Raiders, we have a lot of, familiar faces, but I wouldn't count the defenders yet. They are showing that if they're having the proper guns in their hand, along with the proper strategies, they will put the Offline Raiders on a run for their money.
Ooh, I can see a bloodbath coming onto this A main right now. Both of the
oh my god.
onto this A side. Nafis with the first crack onto Illusia. He was just smoking, he was just chilling, but oh, the pull comes in, and what a sight of team play we just saw from and Nafis. And Razorblade with the follow-up onto Z Offline. In a foolish situation right now, Red going super aggressive, evening things out a little bit, taking down Mandola onto fence. I think a rotation might just be on the cards for Offline Raiders, and Fixers have no idea. Uzi though on the flank does hear the footsteps of Oxide rotating to Rebs, but no! Oxide is coming back to Source!
Oh
he will beat Uzi, and she will take him down! The fight is already down. 2v4 situation, 50 seconds on the hand. CP today already with the all getting a lot of information from Team Fixers. And now Red and his teammate Red Bro, they're looking to be back from Uzi, but no, why would you solo pick that Uzi?
I know exactly.
Captain Rage, the only player right now holding this super position. Just put out Red Bro, gets the flash out. Doesn't do any damage whatsoever to Red. They are gonna retrieve the spike just like that, and the rotation is on the cards for Offline Raiders right now as the push will be coming in. There's a trap in Benz which might just be activated and swords as well. This is so set up by Red Bull for getting all of the information that they need right now onto the fixers. 12 seconds on the clock, the plan has to go down right now. Alex Red hovering his teammate, or his brother I should say, Red Bro. Now to be
the red people, if I might, because Red Bro actually indicates him alone, but back to you.
Yeah, a 2v2 situation, they need to take the side. CVD Rage and Razor Blake, they do have one flash to work with. They're getting a lot of information with this drone coming out from Trailblazer coming out from Captain Rage. Here's the first strike onto Red Pro, but Red with the dismiss is gonna fall back. He's playing with Razor Blake at this point. And Razor Blake with the try is gonna get a lot of information onto that side of the pillar. But no, Red with the classic. That confidence on this stand tonight is just huge right now for the fixers to handle as the third round comes out for Offline Raiders. I think the turning point of that round was that solo peek coming in from Boozy. He shouldn't have done that. You don't want to peek Red, Mr. Red and Red Bro in a solo fight. You know you're not going to win either. But in the end, nice round coming out from Offline Raiders.
Good attempt from the fixers, but yeah, as he actually reloaded that Prime Vandal, that sound information was in the ears of LRX Red, and that's how he just took that round in his favor. Well, it wasn't a 1v1, so I will also give some credits to the side of the fixers, but still, the lead is extending to the side of Offline Raiders, and they're just gonna making sure that they are taking it in their favor, and they will just go offline by winning it in their favor, possibly. But 1-3 is definitely not the end of the world, and now we are seeing an eco round from the side of the fixers. They will have to play it smarter, and then they can pop a couple of heads so that they can have an upper hand. And I think Serial Killer has heard the information about Z offline. Most likely he has, and I think the Jet's location is still muffled, but she'll have to play it stealthy. Well, definitely Jet players are really noisy at times, but now she will have to be the smart one. She will have to be possibly the silent one, and there is a nade coming out which will actually give some reading zone to the Jet, and he will also do some damage, but in favor of none actually, so he didn't trade much. And there is the Trailblazers coming down which will flash the players, but unfortunately Red will be able to evade that just in time. Red Bro, he's gonna be surviving, and the plant itself is going down. Wasek is gonna be sitting for that, and I think the denial has been there, so the plan going down is kind of delayed, but still not the end of the world. Razor is gonna be tagged by that bull. Well, he was actually tagged by the camera, and Red is going to be on the rampage of soon. He's extending his skills, and he is making sure that he just increases KD ratio here. He's also going to be connecting a couple of wall bangs onto Mandola, and now he is looking for the kill, and he will secure that as well. There's one more above him, and the remainder of the players are just going to clean the round. That was a very clean round for their side. A flawless one in favor of Z Offline Raiders, if I might. 4-1's the score line, and it's looking very promising for the side of Offline Raiders. But the fixers, they will be able to go for full buys there, and they will have to make sure that they are winning these full buy rounds. They did win one, but they will need a couple of more in order to keep the game to keep the pace of the game in their favor, because if they cannot, things might turn out very messy. Because I did mention on the attacking side, or from Z Offline Raiders, we see a lot of familiar faces.
Exactly, but this time around, we might see another fast A push coming in from Offline Raiders. Just like the first round, the nades are gonna come in, the hedgehogs are gonna come out. Z Offline with the entry as well. Raid with this flag, he's gonna flag them, but does get the first kill. Immediately traded out by Red Bro. For situation now, fixers planning for this retake. The wall is already off from Sage, so they have no heaven control whatsoever. Illusion just lurking up onto ramps. He might find out Razor Blake and Mandola. Mandola is gonna miss all of her shots and get taken down. But no, Illusion trying to break that lockdown from Razor Blake is gonna get traded out anyways by Mr. Red. With situation, Serial Killer and is all that's left, as Serial Killer is gonna get the first strike, but immediately traded out. LRX Red finishing things up for Offline Raiders. The fifth round comes out for them. We have to call it quits though. That this is pretty much their do or die match, because both of these teams, they have lost their first match. Pick the fixers to Team Mog and Offline Raiders to one of the streamers. So if they actually want to be in this competition for the further stages, they actually need to win this match, or it's pretty much over for them.
I wouldn't call it over yet, but yeah, I can see where this is coming from Faxer because sometimes the players can use the snowball effect in their favor and they can just pull it away and take it away. And this is really possible from the side of Offline Raiders because the way they're playing it, I can really feel how confident they are. And definitely they are making sure that they are living up to those confidences. And I think, yes, they will do just that. Red is going to connect the shot on the range of the side of the distance. And he's just on a rampage. He's just getting the kills one after another. And he's also going to use some of the layers to heal himself, and now the spike itself has gone down. It's a 5v2 situation, and the players of the Fixers are really low on HP. Not to mention their Arsenal advantage. Well, not necessarily low on HP, but the Arsenal is not in their favor. And now it's Captain Rage and a 1v5 with a Sheriff in his hand. Well, definitely he can make some frags happen, but clutching it, it's really gonna be hard. I think he's gonna be waiting for the exit frags, and that can be an elephant in the room. Or maybe he's just gonna be waiting around this garage area to, you know, discuss some of the strategies with his teammates, because this is not a tactical timeout, but sometimes you can utilize that time, you know, just to discuss how things are gonna be, because that is also a strategy. But that's not gonna be happening. 6 on the scoreline, and all players are just pulling things off in their favor, and a couple of more rounds in their favor, they're just gonna be going offline, and they will be having a victory in their pocket.
Yeah, exactly. I think the main issue here with the Fixers is that they're giving too many solos, you know, from the side of mainly, I should say, Mandola and Razor Blake. Their solo fights are not paying off for them, and they're getting traded immediately, even if they do get a kill. So they need to stick together, play as a team, and getting those trades. And I think comeback might just be on the card, but this time around the push is gonna be slowed by that
Okay.
from Boozy Boozy, as the Offline is gonna get that trade onto Serial Killer with the Boombot. Alex trade with one for himself onto
Oh my god, he made the sound. He made the
Mandola is
sound.
gonna miss for sure after giving all that info to Red. As the Offline and his teammates are pushing towards this heaven position. Razor Blake is gonna take down Red, so all up to Rage right now in a 1v2 situation as he takes the first one down. But no,
The rotation is coming.
Offline Raiders are gonna do the smart thing and go for this rotate rather than take this fight onto Rage. They know they're kind of at a disadvantageous position right now. Z Offline is down to
Almost
58.
broke his
That was,
knee.
yeah, that was really sloppy coming in from him. But Rage, I think this is a very late flank coming in from him. I don't know if it's actually gonna work out for him. And now we do see in the chat Red just
Our boy
getting
Illusia.
tilted. Illusia getting tilted by giving that thing onto his opponents, but Captain Rage, as I say, on the flank, he might just be a little late for this clutch to happen. Can spot out the offline. He can't spot out this offline. Red Bull is the only player left on your situation. He does have a cam to play with. He does have all the info. Why would you pick that? No, Red Bro, you use your cam. Rage is gonna miss all of his shots. And Red Bro is gonna take him down to the wall, to the rafters, I should say. And they're gonna win. He's gonna win that 1v1, taking the 7th round on the board for Offline Raiders. And Illusia already tilted. He is giving up. My boy, don't give up right now. You still have a lot of rounds to play and a lot of ways to come back. So hoping for the best. They still. Oh, never mind. He is on the winning team. What am I even talking about? It doesn't even matter.
That is there, but you know, this is not the first time I'm seeing Illusia complaining, because he is a close brother of mine, and at the same time, he is a colleague of mine on the obviously on range. So speaking of range, ladies and gentlemen, do subscribe to this channel because we have more tournaments around the corner from range, and this is just a content creators cup. We may have more around the corner, and definitely they are gonna be having a lot of quality content. Well, speaking of quality content, we're gonna be seeing Razor Blade taking a bite through the smoke, but there's gonna be a bloodbath coming down, and my boy Illusia is also gonna hold the hands of serial killer. Now Fist 66 is gonna be shining here, and now it's all up to Reina. Red is definitely a player who can make clutches happen. And she also has the Reina ultimate available. Red is in a 1v4, but he's gonna be able to make it a 1v. He's gonna be able to make it a 1vx. Well, eventually he will not survive. And another, that is going to be the second round in favor of the defenders. But as I was saying about Illusia, I've seen him complaining a lot. But yeah, my boy is trying his best, but he is playing the boomer here. The smoker, actually. So that's how it is, sadly. 7 to the scoreline. But Yeah, I'm just gonna be. I'm not gonna stop mocking Illusia actually because I'm pretty sure he loves to be like that. But for now, we're back in the game. 7 is a nice attempt by Red to go for the clutch, but I must give the credits to Serial Killer here because his flank was so marvelous that he just picked up 3 players out of the blue, and that is really gonna be in their favor.
Another fast push coming in from Offline Raiders. Oxide does have the ult this time around.
Okay,
Now,
Serial Killer.
Serial Killer, he is not stopping. He just popped off last round. He has all the confidence that he needs right now as Red Boy is gonna be revved up by Oxide, going for a situation they have even the odds. The Offline Raiders, 3 players already in the side of, already in the region of AS Mandola, and Captain Rage will hold this crossfire angle. That might just be too much for Offline Raiders. The Offline has to fall back. Red holding this angle onto Rage. They have to fall back. They cannot push this onto this. But no, Mandola, what are you doing? Why would you solo peek that? You have a player on your right. You have a player on your left. For the crossfire. Captain Rage must be so angry right now, shouting at her. But nonetheless, a nice play coming in from Red, taking 2 of them down. He's up for the ace. Boozy with the pull is trying to stop this push onto B Heaven. But no, they're still gonna commit to it. Red bro, that was a bad trip coming in from it. They don't have any information whatsoever. Boozy with the flank. He's gonna take both of them down. It's all up to Oxide right now in a 1v3 situation. He's gonna get this as well. Boozy with the 3k. The 3rd round is on the board for the Fixers. A nice round coming out from them, and all kudos to Boozy, to be honest. It was a bit of a soup fire coming in from Red Bro. I think that was the point that Boozy knew she had the round in the bag, because they were not gonna check an undeployed tripwire. So she just went for the flank, getting 2 of them unguarded, and Oxide was all but left. He couldn't do it. He couldn't really do much at that position.
That is definitely there, and you guys all saw the smile in the face of Woozy. Well, she's definitely happy, and she is gonna be making sure that her stream strategy is gonna be fixed, as their name is the Fixers, and she will live up to that. And a very nice play coming in from her side. And now this is looking very bright for the side of the Fixers, but I think from the side of team Offline Raiders, they're really not gonna be that much forgiving, because we already see Red on a 24 kill bomb, and he is really dominating the match here. Well, definitely it is not understandable. This is not surprising actually, because he is a very talented player from LRX, and he is making some plays happen here. And the spike itself will go down, however, to the side of Z Offline, because they're playing hyper aggressive, and now it's a 5v5 retake situation. I really wonder how the defenders are gonna be playing. Illusia is gonna be deploying that orbital strike, and the kill is gonna be secured onto Razorback. Woozy, I think she was AFK or something. I guess we'll never know. Last player is Mandola. Mandola will get rid of Mr. Red here, but she will have to make a huge play to make it happen, because there is the Offline right around the corner, and there is Red Bro, and Z Offline will shut her down with a frenzy. 8-3 is the scoreline. Last round before the swap is gonna be around the corner. But a really good attempt though from the side of the Fixers. But I believe there is a technical difficulty, because I don't see Woozy moving. I think she got disconnected or something. But from the side of Z Offline, or actually Offline Raiders, must admit they are really pushing it to the limits. And as we say that, we're gonna be having Serial Killer disconnected, and I believe Woozy is just AFK or something. So a pause timer is gonna be coming in, ladies and gentlemen.
Both of them actually having some technical issues to work with, but nonetheless, guys, as soon as the technical issues are fixed, we're gonna be back with the action, as the scoreline is now 3-8. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on to the last round of the first half in this intense matchup between the Fixers and the Offline Raiders. Another path B push coming in from players. What is it? I think this is a fake coming in from them as they are gonna be rotating off to this mid region. Serial Killer already on the flank! He's gonna miss all of his shots onto Illusia, already down to solo HP, but no, never mind, he's gonna get that frag instead. Red with the follow-up, the trade comes in 4v4, the rotations are also coming in from both of the teams. They are really confused right now, Offline Raiders. But the Fixers, this mid crossfire from Uzi Buzi and Mandola might just be too much for the Offline. And the Oxide to handle. The ult already comes in, but no, Oxide is gonna punish that aggression coming in from Uzi. And Mandola has to fall back. He is gonna take that fight onto Red Pro, but he's gonna miss all of her shots. And he's gonna get punished by Razor Blake. Now Razor never mind. Razor Blake gets the frag onto Z Offline. For 3v2 situation, Razor Blake and the Captain Rage is all that's left from the Fixers. The lockdown does come out. This is so huge for them. They actually desperately need this round. A 4-8 scoreline is a much better scoreline than 9-3. I think Mandola is gonna get detained, but Raid Pro is there to help with the trip fire, and he is gonna take down Captain Rage.
Smart.
What was that replay coming out from that? What a bait that was coming in from Mandola. She just put her body out in front for the detainment to happen, and Captain Ray getting greedy, going for that kill, not checking his corners, not checking for the tripwire, is gonna get punished by Red Pro, and the 9th round comes on board for Offline Raiders.
That was absolutely smart from, I believe it was from Red Bro, because he did use his teammate as a bait, and eventually that was so marvelous. And I must give it to the side of Z Offline, because I did say we have a lot of familiar faces, and they are really reputed players and streamers and casters as well. So it's really not surprising that they will be having such spans in their heads. They are going to be having billion IQ plays here, but now we are going to be having the split coming in. 9-3 is not a very bad split, but definitely this is really going to be fatal for the attackers, because they will have to win this pistol round at every given cost, because if they cannot, this is going to be really fatal for them, as their opponent is going to be hitting the double digits, and I think they are going to be starting things off. Actually, no, they will not be able to start things off that easily though. Zioflan will find one with a boom bot, but there is a refrag from I think it was onto Red Bro actually. Yeah, it was from Red Bro, and there's Wasik who will shut down the Jet, and now the spike itself will be going down. It is a 4v2 situation, and eventually we'll be seeing Wasik taking a bite from Captain Rage. Good read coming though, but there is a refrag from Zioflan. Zioflan will toss the pain grenade to flush out the Sage, and I think he will find the success, but yeah, he will find kill onto Uzi Buzi instant. There's one more, and there is a drop coming in, and there is gonna be a 4K. Nicely done by Z Offline, and he will be able to go for the defusal as he has a lot of time. And this is the second first round being won by Z Offline as well. Sorry, from Offline Raiders. 10-3 is the scoreline, and this matchup is really in favor of Z Offline here, or actually Offline Raiders here. And I think they're just they're just gonna be moving in forward, and they're just 3 rounds away to go offline, as they will be having the victory in their favor. They're also going to be sending their opponents offline, because obviously the matchup is going to be coming to an end.
Exactly, but in this desperate situation, the Fixer, they have nothing to do, and they are actually gonna go for this force buy, and we might just be seeing it to work out, because Red on the other side has a Sheriff. If they can exploit him properly with the Sheriff, I know even with the Sheriff he's a really good player, but against this run and gunning vector, you really can't do that much. But the Fixers, they're gonna play it slow. As I said, they're trying to exploit that one player coming in from Offline Raiders and getting that first pick, creating a distraction maybe, and getting an execute in the end. The flash is gonna come from CP Rage. Gonna get a lot of information, but this 3 stack up onto mid might just be too much for the Fixers, as Celiacal is gonna be the first body to get down. CP Rage with the follow-up click though. Uzi lurking around Rams. The Offline just about knows that he is gonna take her down. The lurk doesn't come in favor of Uzi. And on the other side, we've got Razor Blake trying to get this frag onto Red Bro. The Sentinel diff doesn't come in. The cage is gonna go denying all the information that they read right now, but no, as I was saying, his still dangerous with the Shredder. Mr.
30
Red
seconds left.
getting the frag onto Mandola
Who's
and
got
Z
the
offline
snacks?
with the follow up onto Captain Peach.
11-3 is the scoreline, and it was the anti-eco from Offline Raiders, and they used it very successfully. And unfortunately, the players of the Fixers couldn't go for the plan they intended to, and that is gonna be a pickle for them because, yeah, they didn't have a very good. Wait, hold up. Did they have a good eco? I really don't know if they had it. Wait a second. Yeah, they actually did not have that. That's why they are going for those half buys, or maybe yeah, they're actually. Wait a second. I'm actually having a lot of confusions here because the split was 9-3, and now it's 11-3. Was there a force buy from the
Yeah,
previous
it,
team?
it was, and they're forced by
Oh, all
once
right,
again.
all
They
right.
have nothing to lose at this point. They're gonna be
Oh, all
forced
right.
on to match point if they do not win this round. They have to go for this force by Red Brother with that nice one way. Hey, he's gonna deny all that push
Yeah.
coming in from the Fixers. The trap is gonna go down as well, and now the Fixers are forced to rotate and side just about know this, but Uzi with her positioning might catch
Uzi
offside
Buzi
off
will get away
guard.
with this.
He might just go for it at this point. Peek! Come on, you can peek and
Go for the swing, Uzi.
take him
Go
down.
for the
Oh wait,
swing,
what is
Uzi.
this? This
No,
rotation
no, no,
play
no, no.
coming
Bad,
in
bad
from
timing.
Sixers.
Worst timing.
No, Uzi! What did you just do? And she will be punished by Oxide, but no!
Oh my god, the trigger discipline. The
No,
trigger
no,
discipline.
no way! No way! He gets one! He gets
One
two!
enemy
Might
remaining.
even get the third one!
Spike
Red
down
Rock
B.
with confidence himself! Serial killer in the circuitry is gonna take down Red, but no, Illusia cleaning things up for Offline Raiders.
Match
And we are
point.
already on the match point. 12-3 is the scoreline, and I thought my match was dominating Gusto. It was only 13-6, but this time around we might just be seeing a 13-3 scoreline in favor of Offline Raiders. And LRX Red on 30 kills. This is just the Red show right now. Red Pro and LRX Red leading from the front
Careful.
for Offline Raiders. 30 killed, and just behind him, Red Bro with a small 13k for himself. But you know, both of them playing phenomenal and getting those rounds for themselves. Now moving on to match point, Wasek with the first frag, Captain Rage with the follow-up, Illusia with one for himself as well. Over to you, Crystal.
Bomb buddy out.
Well, things are pretty much looking very down for the Fixers, and I don't think they're gonna be able to fix it. And there is the running and gunning coming on the side of Offline Raiders, and they're only 2 kills away from sending the offense to offline. And I think they will do just that. And Red, well, he's just gonna go for the secondary to put some assault on Mandola, and he will just secure the kill. And that is how he's gonna secure 33 kills on his name, followed up by Red Bro. And it was a good game indeed, but a very dominant victory from the side of Offline Raiders. The Fixers, good attempt, but unfortunately, the experience of Offline Raiders just was too much for them to handle. And the Fixers, it was just a bad day for them. But in the end, I must admit that Offline Raiders, they will be living up to their own expectations and they will have a very dominant victory. 13-3 is the scoreline. And my oh my, it was one heck of a matchup, Fexer.
It was pretty much a one-man match, I should say. Red with 33 kills. Behind him is Serial Killer and Captain Rage, which both, even if you combine both of their kills, it doesn't match up to Red's. 33 kills and 7 deaths. What is this KD on this match? I'm not good with maths, so I wouldn't know. But you know,
Around 5,
if anyone,
somewhere
if,
around 5.
yeah, probably. But dude, he just went crazy tonight, taking those entries and going super aggressive as well. He just doesn't stop. He has no fear. He's just here to dominate, as it seems. And you know, taking that anger from the last match against wannabe streamers, he just laid all it out on the line for his team tonight.
Definitely he has, and that is gonna be a very successful round for offline raiders as they are gonna be having a very chill time going offline, and they are also gonna be sending their opponents offline. And I believe from the side of the fixers, they will be able to fix their strategies in the previous day. I'm not meaning it in an offensive way, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the way of the competition, and I think it's just me mimicking the name, but it's completely fine in the end. 13-3 is the scoreline. Good attempt by the fixes, but I really want to see all of the players in action on the upcoming days as well. Not to mention, this is, after all, a very casual matchup. The players are here to have fun. Yeah, we are seeing a couple of professional players as well, and obviously some premium ones. Not to mention, there is Red who is sitting on top, and as adjoined with him, we have our own colleagues, we have the community streamers and representatives. But that is all. That's I think all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be having more action on the upcoming days. And now we're going to be taking a break. We're going to be also going offline along with the players of Offline Raiders. And on the upcoming days, we are really expecting your presence. So do stay tuned, do subscribe to this YouTube channel. And till the next time, adios and sayonara.